Hello, this is Paul Grangard, President and CEO of Allen Edmonds. Many people know about our 212-step handcrafted shoe construction process. But most don't know that before we make the world's finest men's shoes, we source from the world's finest tanners. We are very proud of our partnership with Horween. I hope you enjoy this video that focuses on Horween's Cordovan manufacturing process, and I think you'll see that the finest shoes in the world start with the finest raw materials.
Many of our products have stayed the same over the last 105 years. Shell Cordovan is one of those products that just never changes. It's my great-great-grandfather's formula and recipe. What's really special is the actual fiber structure of the hide. The membrane is very tight. There's no grain structure or break to it. The very nicest shells are extraordinarily smooth. You can run your hand in both directions and it just feels like a piece of glass. Since each individual hide is unique in its own occurrence, all the processes need to be done by hand. We have to actually expose the shell. We're able to just use touch and sight to find out exactly where that shell is. Hand shaving is probably one of the hardest jobs in the building. The two guys have both been doing it for over a decade. There's only 2 or 3 other tanneries in the world that are running shell Cordovan. You know, we are biased and think that we make the best shell Cordovan in the world. And we always feel like if we make it the way it should be, price doesn't really matter.
Shell Cordovan, if done properly, is a 6-month process. We first receive the hide, it gets a full liming, and we do our pickling. From there, we color in. You want to sort of ease it into the situation. And then from there, we're going to go over and we're going to tan it in the pits. So it's in for 30 days. We come out, we do our first shaving, and we cut the strip off that is not shell. And then we go back into our second tanning liquor for another 30 days. Once it comes out of that second liquor, it gets rinsed and pressed. And at that point, we're going to give it its first round of nourishment, that blend of oils and greases, and we're basically pounding them into the leather. And it'll take 2, 3, 5, 7 days, depending upon temperatures and humidities, to dry. We're going to do the currying or hand oiling, and that's going to sit in that pile for 90 days. A lot of that oil will have deposited itself onto the shell, which gives you a smoother shell and also makes it better for the shaving. They'll actually swab on the stain coats, and then we hang the butts up, and then we soak them back again, and then we hand slick the excess dye off, hang them up to dry, and then they'll dampen them again. We cut them. Then you'll see the wiping and creaming. They'll wipe the dust off and they'll put a little bit of cream on there. And then we glaze them on those glazing jacks, those old-fashioned with the glass rods for polishing. And then we do a plating. It's just sort of a final ironing if we've left any lines from the edge of the glazing glass. They're graded by cuttable area. A number 3 grade shell is a number 3 because of its size, not because of its quality. We feel fortunate that there is still people who have decided that making sure that things are made right is really important. So I think that's where we value a relationship with someone like Allen Edmonds. They want a product that's done a certain way and made a certain way, and that has tremendous value to them. And when you wear that pair of shoes and you love them and you go back in 5 years, you want them to be the same. It's a huge challenge. We are humbled by the level of product that our customers make out of this.